All right, I want to say shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles who teach us truth and rule well. Salutations to you, Aki, and pushing this word with truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Shalom. It's Shah Bar Garage back with a quick in transit. I brought this idea to be edifying. Speaking on, basically trusting in Babylon when it comes to the agreement that Babylon has with these other nations. Because the whole thing that's going on in Ukraine right now, basically, is behind Ukraine getting too close and too buddy-buddy with America, man. And you had a Ukrainian soldier that basically spoke truth against America, which is known as Babylon, Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon in the scriptures. And the Ukrainian soldier basically spoke against Babylon, saying that they full of lies, man. He basically in so many words said, man, they full of shit, because they supposed to be stepping in and helping Ukraine, as Russia is he's invaded their land, attack on their people. He basically took over one of their nuclear plants, and Putin's not gonna stop until he has Ukraine. He's fully in control of Ukrainian government. And you're supposed to have the U.S. basically stepping in right now. They're supposed to be obligated to step in, and they're not, because they was trying to make Ukraine basically a part of the EU. And that was the issue, the whole issue with Russia. Where Putin is basically like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you set up shop in my own backyard, and if something happened, you already had the upper hand, So that's the whole reason why Putin is mad, which he has every right to do so, because Babylon is breaking a peace treaty. They basically breaking a covenant that they made not to push further west, which they're doing. All right, so that's the whole reason why Putin is invading Ukraine, because he feel like Ukraine is like, okay, you trying to be buddy with America, and America is trying to be in my backyard. So if something go down between us and them, they can already have an upper hand and take Putin out of power. And Putin is like, he ain't having it. He all hell will break loose. There are good things to go nuclear before Putin allow that to happen. But long story short, the Ukrainian soldier basically was speaking against the U.S., man. And we've been telling you people, the scriptures support everything that we say about America. Your beloved America is what? That they'll tell you one thing and they'll do another. So welcome, welcome to the world of the prophets, man. We've been realized these things. We've been took that, that covering cast and that veil off our eyes that Babylon, once had everybody sleeped in. Everybody part of their democracy. Everybody's in agreement with them. They're supposed to be the hammer of the earth. They're supposed to be a superpower, world's power, and they not acting like it, man. And I'ma just got a few scriptures queued up. I just read these. This is Psalms 55:20. It says, "He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant." And that's the point. Babylon has broken their covenant. This is a trend that they've been doing. They always tell you one thing, make an agreement to do something, and they never live up to it. They never fulfill their end of the bargain. They usually, they just use it as a way to woo you with words, man. They got that flattery tongue. This devil get to speaking things, it sound good, and people be on board with it. But when it comes time for them to fulfill their obligation to do something that they agreed to do, they're not doing it. They instead of coming to Ukraine's defense, they putting sanctions on Russia. The people in Ukraine is like, look, man, sanctions ain't gonna do nothing. Putin's down here claiming lives of people, man. Hundreds of lives of people, if not thousands. So the Ukrainian the people of Ukraine are like, man, this is BS, man. America's supposed to be stepping in and helping us. So that leads to what? the NATO and the EU, which is in agreement with America, they basically looking at America. You got a lot of people from these countries looking at America side eye like, man, look, these people are showing their true colors, man. They showing that they're not going to step in and help us, help Ukraine, let alone help us if we need to depend on them, man. So this is going to turn into all the the people that's supposed to be the allies of Babylon. They gonna shoot nuclear missiles on this place, and this is gonna be the beginning of it, man. The scriptures say a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. So you got people that's a part of the EU. They seeing everything that America is doing. They've actually, I read something, I don't know how true it is, where Babylon is actually withdrawing some troops that was supposed to be on standby in some of the EU countries, nations. So I don't know how true that is, but I did read somewhere where it says the U.S. was even withdrawing troops that they had on standby, like in Poland, some of these other nations that's part of the EU, that they did have soldiers on standby. But I don't know how. Don't hold me to that. I don't know how true that actually is. All right, but nevertheless, Babylon is showing their true colors, man. What they do. You cannot make a covenant with these people and expect that they, that they gonna hold up their end of the bargain. Look what they did to the Native Americans. Look what they did to their own people. They already said, that they wouldn't force people or make it mandate or take away your decision, or you got freedom of speech and all these different things that they try to take away from you. They say you got freedom of speech, but if you speak the wrong thing, all right, they can create some type of ban or law or some way where they can stop you from saying whatever you're saying when you're supposed to have freedom of speech. So that's breaking a covenant right then and there. You can go on and on when it comes to this place. Come to Babylon, man. That's what they do. They good with talking. Their words will be smoother than oil. All right, but you gotta look at this devil with a side eye, man. You can't just trust in these people. And you own, the people here in Babylon, especially you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you should be looking at this government side eye, because now COVID is basically a thing of the past. I don't really hear nothing about COVID no more. I don't even hear people saying they catching COVID no more. So that shows you it was all an illusion. It was something that was all in your head, man. And he just wanted to get you jabbed up, and which he did. He was successful of getting majority of the people in Babylon jabbed up, man. All right, but I'm get another precept here in Isaiah the 28th chapter, around the 15th verse. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, all right, which Babylon is death. Because it tells you in Revelation 11 that he was, I think it's Revelation 6, where it says he will take the peace from the earth, all right? He was to take the peace from the earth, man, in which he brought death. Esau, everywhere he goes, death follows, man. Everywhere he go, everywhere he plant his foot or his flag, so to speak, is death follows, man. All right? And it says, because ye have made a covenant with death and with hell, are we at agreement? When the overflowing scourge scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, right? Lies. You people make lies your refuge, because American artists make anything sound good. They'll tell you, hey, roll with us. If you have any issues, any trouble with these other nations, we come to your defense, and you can trade as much as you want to with us. You just support us, and we got your back. We got nuclear missiles, we got armies and set up in all these different countries and all these different things. It sound good, like, yeah, I'm gonna run with them. They're gonna come protect me if anything happened. And look, something's happening America's not coming to your refuge, man, because you made lies your refuge. And it says, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Right. So basically you believed a lie. America basically got over on you, so to speak, which they did. You know, they get over on people all the time. People should already know this is a part of the whole Babylon. This is how they do things, man. They get over on people. You know, they'll create a false flag coming to your land, into your land to try to steal your resources, man. And they do it all from a false flag. You know, like I said, you can't trust these people to come to your aid, man. Because if you seen the soldier, the Ukrainian soldier, he was pissed, man. He was on the news when he was speaking this way. You know, he had to apologize for the way he was speaking, but no, in all seriousness, it's a lot of people that's dying over in Ukraine, and the citizens is looking like, man, hold on, I thought America was supposed to come and help us. I thought America was going to come to our defense, which they're not. You know, and he's not the only soldier, I'm sure, that feels that way, man, that's speaking out on it. You know, he just sort of taking one for the team, like, look, I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to say something about it, you know. And he called Biden out, man. He was like, Biden, you know, you ain't nothing but, you know, a coward. And that's how all these different nations is, you know, especially the EU nations that's agreeing with Babylon, they saying these things, man, and I'm pretty sure they like, man, hold on. Hey, it's some truth to what he's saying. So when it comes our time, you know, we riding with them and protecting them, but when it comes our time, they ain't gonna come to our defense. And that's how you're gonna have all these nations that's gonna hate the whore. All right, this is Revelations 17, and I start at 15. It says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So that's talking about the nations that was in agreement with Babylon. You know, Babylon was the whore, all right, it sitteth upon the beast. So they gonna begin to hate Babylon. You know, just think about it. You would too. Just think about it. Look, if you supposed to be, if you look at it on a carnal level, right? Or let's just say on a spiritual level. Just say you got brothers, you know, we laboring in this truth, all right? And you see, you know, one brother that's you know, we all supposed to be there for each other, and you see one brother that's only out for himself. You know, when the time comes that, you know, he ain't gonna help nobody. You know, and that's sort of like Babylon, you know, just to put it in layman's terms, or even on a carnal level. When you got, you know, you got gangs, you got crews, you know, of the world, you know, you even see it in movies, man. Basically, the same thing happens, you know. It's no difference from if you have a gang of people or a group of people that's supposed to be one for all, and when the time comes, you see that you can't rely on everybody. All right, you're gonna start looking at them with a side eye. You like, hold on, man, like he play, you know, you get to looking at him with side eye. Everybody, sooner or later, everybody gonna be see you for your bullshit, man. You know, it's only so long you can hide up on the laws. You know, people getting to look at you like some kind of way, like, man, this dude ain't gonna help nobody. You know, such and such went to jail. He didn't do nothing for them. You know, somebody else can get into a jam, you know, where they need some help or need a ride. You know, he ain't gonna give them a ride. Ain't gonna give nobody no food when they hungry. You know, help feed nobody. You know, people pay attention to stuff like that, man. And there's no difference. These nations are no different. You know, these are the nations of the EU. They see what's going on with Ukraine. You know, I'm pretty sure they taken back a little bit by what's going on, because basically Babylon is supposed to be basically a superpower. He's supposed to be spearheading the whole thing. All right, where the nations is following his lead. You know, I'm pretty sure the other nations is probably like, man, hold on, ain't you supposed to be making an initiative to step in, and we come in after you and have your back? But it seemed like you ain't trying to help nobody. You just putting sanctions on Russia. Russia is killing and invading land, and you know, doing what they got to do, and while Babylon is putting sanctions on people. So hey, it's time for y'all to wake up, you know, to see what's going on, because these are just the beginning of sorrows, like the scriptures say. It's gonna get worse than this, man. This is just the beginning of sorrows. You still got a famine crisis that's gonna hit this place, and I seen it like on Bible 7, where you know he was uploaded, and he was saying like look forward to like the food crisis and food shortages and everything that's gonna take place in the world, man. You know, hey, these are just the beginning of sorrows, and a lot of you people gonna see that y'all made a covenant with death, that Babylon is not gonna protect you people. In Jeremiah the 51st chapter, it tells you every man flee to his own country, meaning every man gonna be like, look, man, we gotta worry about our own self. We can't be worrying about no EU nations and other nations that ain't gonna be there when we need them. We worry about our own country, man. And that's what you're starting to see. Everybody is fleeing and flocking to their own. The Russians is like, look, we're gonna protect what's ours, you know, we're gonna protect everything that we got at stake to lose. And the EU nations is starting to see that as well, you know. So low key, this is all prophecy. All these things must happen, you know. The way it's happening, the way it's unfolding is beautiful, because when you read the scriptures, you can kind of anticipate like, okay, these things are going, the EU nations are going to start to pay attention to what's going on, and you can almost anticipate the friction that it's going to cause in between them. All right, like the scriptures say, kingdom divided against itself shall not stand. Hey, and it's no different for Babylon. All right, in the covenant that he made, that you other nations is made with the nation of Babylon, man. All right. So with that, man, Abaratazah, this in transit been edifying. Until the next time, I want to say shalom and give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles who teach us truth and rule well. Salutations to you, Aki, pushing his word with truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Shalom.